Hey y'all, have y'all heard about this? Y'all, this is so sad. A tennis star named Stephanie Reece, her ex-husband killed their 2 kids and then killed himself. Okay, this happened on September 21st. This article was published a couple days ago. And this is Stephanie Reece and her 2 kids. So sad. So sad. On September 21st, Stephanie Reece received a call that no parent wants to get. Her 2 children, Harrison, 15, and Shelby, 13, had not shown up to school. When the former pro tennis player, who competed at Wimbledon and is in the U.S. Open in the 90s, could not get a hold of her 2 children, of her children and her ex-husband, Michael Hunn, she drove over to Hunn's house in Zionsville, Indiana, but the doors were locked and secured and nobody answered. She knew something was wrong, so she called the police. Officers entered the home around 10:30 a.m. and discovered Shelby and Harrison in their beds, fatally shot, and Hunn, 50, dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. This is Hunn right here, Michael Hunn, her ex-husband. Police believe Hunn killed his children while they slept before he turned the gun on himself. I can't even imagine, first of all, taking anybody's life, and secondly, taking my own children's life. Boone County Sheriff Mike Nielsen told People, "It is unheard of. Clearly somebody was not in the right state of mind when he pulled that trigger." Nielsen said, "It is unclear exactly when the shooting occurred, and none of the neighbors in the rural community heard any gunshots. It is uncommon in our rural part of the county to hear gunshots, but nobody heard anything," he says. Nielsen, who declined to comment if a suicide note was found at the scene, says investigators plan to continue to investigate and search for a possible motive in the murder-suicide. "We are going to continue the investigation and will dive deep into the history of the family and the divorce proceeding and exactly what happened there." Nielsen says the former couple had shared visitation with the 2 kids and the divorce seemed relatively amicable. "My understanding is it wasn't a very heated divorce, and they were able to work together and, in fact, had seen each other recently at a tennis match," he says. "There was nothing that would have led them to believe this would happen. They were getting through this divorce that happened in November 2017 the best they could and trying to keep the kids out of it." What made him kill his children might never be known, Nielsen says. "This is one of those that unfortunately we may never know the reason why he did this." According to the Indianapolis Star, Reece, a girls tennis coach at Zionsville High and former pro tennis player, and Hunn had ongoing child custody issues. In a petition filed in December and obtained by the Star, Reece asked for Hunn's time with the children to be shortened and for Hunn to be screened with a blood alcohol level monitoring device, which he later agreed to. Reece had filed a petition in August complaining that Hunn failed to pay child support, the paper reports. Nielsen says the murder-suicide had not only affected the community, but his officers as well. "It is a horrible tragedy that this community, and it is horrible that our officers had to see what the law, and it is going to affect us for the rest of our lives, because we can't unsee what we have seen." A funeral service is scheduled for Thursday.
Like we mentioned earlier, up and down that
So
street,
sad.
figure footprints out and to see, are there footprints there?
Sure.
That's one question. You have to investigate the way that he walked to that area.
Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Something much worse than that. These are all things we have to sort out.
And we also had that heavy rain last night, too, which we worry about.
What are you waiting for?
That's hilarious.
Brilliant.
Insane. Smart. You haven't seen
The Good Place.
Get the fork out!
the new season of The Good Place premieres tonight at 8/7 Central on NBC.
Gators in Pennsylvania believe a man shot and killed his pregnant girlfriend before turning the gun on himself.
Oh, this is something else. I don't know. Okay, this is a whole different video about a completely different case here. So I'm not going to play that. Okay, I thought that video had to do with this. So, y'all, this is absolutely terrible. My thoughts and my prayers are with Stephanie Reece, I can't even imagine. I mean, yes, her and her ex-husband, I mean, they were, you know, divorced, but, you know, there could have still been some type of feelings there. I mean, she still had history with him. You know, she lost her ex-husband, she lost her kids. I mean, that's a lot of loss all at one time, and anger and sadness and everything else to go through. So my prayers are definitely with her and the rest of the family. This is so sad. Just, I mean, it's always sad when we hear about things like this. It's absolutely terrible. You know, and kids, they're always innocent in these situations, and they're the ones that truly suffer. Y'all leave your thoughts and comments below. If y'all would like to send me anything, you can do so on my email, or you can add me on Facebook and send whatever you like through there. If y'all have not subscribed to my other channel, please click on the link down below, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Till the next time I talk to y'all, have a wonderful day, and I love y'all. Thank you for listening.